Hello and welcome to Forever Rugby on Forever Sports. And some breaking news, the Springbok team for Wales this weekend has been announced. A very, very interesting team. The big news, KOLISI is back. El Capitano, Captain Fantastic, KOLISI is back and will lead the side this weekend. Very interesting side as well in terms of especially a couple of positional changes in the backline. And I think it's going to be a really, really cool test to see exactly where we are and what the team is going to sort of look like as we get to the World Cup itself. So before we look at the team, please do smash like on the video. Please do subscribe to the channel as well. So this is how we will be lining up. Now, if you look at the front row, Oxenchair has returned to the squad, will not be starting. It will be Steven Kitshoff, Malcolm Marx, Frans Herbert. So I think maybe sort of whilst there is a bomb squad this weekend, with regards to a 6-2 split, I think maybe that whole sort of front row dynamic might be changing. Previously we always had Oxenchair, Bongi Manambi starting, but recently we've started to see the benefits of having a Steven Kitshoff and Malcolm Marx starting, and that will be the case as well this weekend. Jean Klein does start. We saw him in the press conference yesterday, which was a bit of an indication that he was going to be involved, and he partners Archie Snyman, who gets his first start of the year. And it's going to be an interesting combination because we haven't really seen Snyman starting. Jean Klein, I think, is all of a sudden putting himself in the mix to be involved in what could be like a final 23. It's almost the World Cup winning trio of KOLISI, PSJF, Toy. Then Jasper Wiese comes into the side, gets a bit more minutes there. Dwayne Vermeulen will be used off the bench. Jaden Hendrikse gets his first start. Hasn't played rugby in a long time. Was almost a surprise inclusion for the Rugby World Cup, and he gets the nod. Yeah, he'll partner MOODIE, as we know, who's going to basically play every minute possible to get himself ready for the World Cup. Jason Colby will don the number 11. I don't think we've ever actually seen him playing on that left wing, and that's to make space for MOODIE, who after a man of the match performance against Argentina is really sort of starting to throw himself into the mix to genuinely be part of the kind of the strongest Bok 23. In the centres, Damien Delindi next to Jesse Creel. We kind of expected that. A lot of people wanting to see a bit more of Andre Esthuizen, which we might next weekend. But Damien Delindi is the incumbent inside centre, and he will partner Jesse Creel, who needs to start really sort of getting some game time in, although he's looking pretty solid as far as I'm concerned. And then Billy Leroux will start at fullback. We all know exactly how important Billy Leroux is. Off the bench, Bongi Manambi, Oxenchair, Vincent Koch. Will be really good to see how Oxenchair is looking after coming back from an injury. Bongi Manambi's starting to look a bit more like himself. Franco Mostert, Marco Mustard, and Dwayne Vermeulen are the replacements. So Franco Mostert all of a sudden a lock replacement. He is a utility forward, so if there are injuries and things go badly, that in itself, Franco Mostert, Marco Mustard, and Dwayne Vermeulen could be an entire loose trio, so they could kind of go with that option. But Franco Mostert can cover 4, 5, and 7, so really useful having him in there in that bench. Marco Mustard, I think, will be deployed. I see KOLISI playing about 50, maybe 60 minutes. I think Marco Mustard will replace him. Dwayne Vermeulen will come on for Jasper Wiese at some stage. Then Grant Williams will recover from concussion. He will get another opportunity off the bench. And Damien Williams, as always, is the key to this whole 6-2 split, the key to the bomb squad, because we know exactly how he covers 3 forward positions across the entire back line. It's a really good side. I really like No Evan Etzebeth. Which is obviously, he's something that will come back into the side if you're choosing your strongest side. You kind of probably think Kurt Lawrence would be involved. You're choosing the strongest side, but maybe all of a sudden they've seen something in Kane and MOODIE that they really like, and maybe they're all of a sudden saying, well, maybe a Colby Kane and MOODIE combination could be really lethal as well. In terms of players who I think need big games, I think Jasper Wiese needs a big game. I think Damien Delindi needs a big game. Apart from that, most of these players are pretty settled and are not playing badly at the moment. Manie Liebach, will have another opportunity to sort of prove a lot of doubt what's wrong with regards to his boot and the reliability of it. But generally, I like the team. I think it's got everything we need. It's a strong team, whilst also answering a few questions. I'm very keen to see how Klein and Snyman go together. Obviously, the lineups will be a bit of a worry, given the fact that Archie Snyman is going to be now charged with running the lineout, which he's been doing for Munster, but has never really done for the Boks. So that's going to be a big responsibility for him. So I think that's going to be an aspect of the game we're going to really need to get right this weekend. I think our scrum should be pretty solid, and the pack's big enough to really dominate and get in the front foot. And there's a lot of excitement in that back line in terms of players who can really get over the advantage line and hopefully score lots and lots of tries. Let me know what you think about the team down in the comments below. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steven. I'll chat to you soon.